Hey YouTube, this is Robonauts1 here, and I'm here to review Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 2, Episode 2. So, let's get started. The S.H.I.E.L.D. agents sort of deal with what happened in Episode 1. The British character has just lost his girlfriend in the accident. And sort of, the team is trying to regroup after their mission. They're trying to work out where they're all at. The British guy talks to Talbot in this episode, and Talbot offers the British guy a deal to sell Phil Coulson out. So the British guy has to deal with that. Meanwhile, we have Fitz sort of down, Fitz sort of dealing with the fact that he couldn't work out the cloaking device for the bus due to what's going on with his memory. And that, in my opinion, is really interesting, what's going on with Fitz. His brilliance is still there. It's just he can't bring out that brilliance. And you can see it sort of irritating him, because it's there, and it's on the tip of his tongue. It's just he can't get the ideas out fast enough. And because S.H.I.E.L.D. is in such a vulnerable place, I think Fitz sort of feels like he's let the team down. And I think, sort of considering where he came from in the last season, where that confidence was just starting to build up, he sort of backed down into the rock bottom of this pool, really. He isn't able to quite deal with what's going on. And also, the team sort of go after the artifact again from last episode, and the girl with the flower dress returns this episode, along with what's supposed to be Sky's father. And what I really like about this artifact is how threatening it obviously is, and how much of, and sort of, we have to try and understand what this artifact is, and what does this artifact do. Because the artifact seems to affect people in different ways. Sort of, it affects normal humans faster. Normal humans tend to get turned into stone and sort of die. And then it affects the absorbing man differently. Because absorbing man is obviously, it's kind of like an inhuman or an inhuman or mutant. The absorbing man in this episode parallels what he was in the first episode. Like, in the first episode, one of the things that really impressed me was how the absorbing man used his abilities, because visually that was really good. But in this episode, we see how the artifact affects his powers, and sort of how he's sort of scared by this, because absorbing different things is part of his power, and if he can't absorb things, then what does that mean? Like, is this artifact affecting his abilities. So I'm kind of hoping that the Absorbing Man will return again this season, because I did really like the Absorbing Man. And then it also affects the girl with the flower dress differently as well. So there's about 3 different stages of what the art, of how the artifact affects different people. And I'm quite curious to see what the girl with the dragon, what the girl with the flower dress, Raina, actually is. Is she Kree? Is she inhuman? Or is she something else that we haven't seen? And I'm really curious about that. And also, I think the stuff going on with Phil Coulson, where he's scratching the symbols of, that resemble the artifact, is really interesting as well. And it'll be interesting to see whatever S.H.I.E.L.D, her father, and Raina are, what does this mean? Because Raina also said in this episode that John Garrett saw something. And I think it slightly implies the Inhumans. So I'm really curious about that. Really, that's really it, really, because a lot of what's going on is the past 2 episodes have been set up episodes where they're setting up what's going to be happening in this season. I'm Robinats1 here, and I hope you check out my Gotham episode 2 review, the link somewhere, and I shall see you all later for another Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. review. Bye.